Greetings, dear friends. I am back in your presence at this particular moment. I am Ashtar. I am the commander of the Ashtar Command. It has taken me a fair distance, shall we say, of traveling upon that which is the light years of your measurements, to come into this time and into this frequency, to be in your presence, be in your moment, be in this time of this particular construct of communication. Now, you may say, well, why am I here today? Because we are always interested in what humanity is up to. There have been various communiques on my behalf through various mouthpieces that I speak to and speak through. And I mean no disrespect when I say mouthpiece, because they are speaking as if they were me, yes? And so my message is coming through various ways and various means. And what I would like to speak to you today is this one thing. In this moment, yes, my dear friends, have been speaking to you about the viral energy that is relevant in this particular world. It is absolutely inundated within your species. There are viruses upon viruses, and yes, many of them are small and insignificant, and others will inflict upon the human race many great variances of dis-ease, of ailment, of distraction, of breakdown, of mental capacity, being incapacitated, etc., etc. And there are various ways to deal with this. You have gifts, you have talents, you have those who are well suited to assist you and to get you into a frame and into a place where you are able to release the viral infections, the viral energies that are within your capabilities of bodies, of that which is, and I say bodies because you have physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. Now, what is it that I wish to speak to you about? It is this, that you are all on a journey of great discovery. And this is nothing new. But what is beginning to happen at this particular time, my friends, is that you are in a flux. You have had great energies coming in, not only just through the recent maneuvers of the planetary systems, where you've had openings and doorways through the equinox systems coming through. You've felt the rush of energy coming in. There is something else in the wings, if I may say. Yes? You felt the urgency that has been rising up in the energy. There is something that is drawing your attention. And while that is drawing your attention, what is outworking on the planet Earth is that you are seeing the ripples or the unfolding of that which is the ongoing attacks, the ongoing ripping aside or asunder of the human species. Excuse me. Now understand this, that you are in a beautiful, direct impact motion. So in other words, what we're saying is you are in motion. You are in the flow. You are beginning to unfold your own energy. You are beginning to step out of that which is the shadows. You are stepping out of that which is your little quarter, your little sector of beingness, and you are stepping into the flow of energy that comes not only from the many galactic communities and the galactic humans, but from that which is upon your planet, the Earth species, the original humans rising up and beginning to take their place within the great cosmic plan. What happens with that is that you begin to take responsibility of what is happening on planet Earth. When you begin to take responsibility of what is happening on planet Earth, what begins to occur is an awakening process that even is far greater than your own perceptions of what you have ever felt before. When you begin to waken up as a worker of light, as a light worker, as a worker of energy, as an energy worker, you begin to understand and comprehend at a layer of understanding, of knowledge that has never entered your vicinity of comprehension before. And I'm very clear on this. You have had many teachers, many that will claim to speak from this person and this being and that person, and they will say there is nothing new under the sun, and they are correct. They will say to you, oh, everything that has ever been done has already been done. They are correct. But here is the difference. The shift and the dynamics that are happening in the different quarters of the fractal universe are so unfolding at this moment that you are finding that there are overlaps occurring in the multiverses that you exist in. Now, often we have told you of the multiverses where you exist simultaneously in a secondary and a third and a fourth universe. These universes live in a symbiotic relationship with each other, so whatever happens in one must happen in the other. For argument's sake, you have your soul partner, and you are in a union, and you've been together for 50 odd years. In the other universe, your soul partner and you have been together for 50 odd years. You perhaps lose your soul partner, the male part. In the other universe, you may find the flip side of that, or the mirror image happens where the male partner loses the female partner. What is happening at this moment is there is an overlay. There is an overlapping of universal interference. And this is causing a great disruption, a great influx of energy that is coming into your earth, into your planet. And many of you are looking at this going, oh, how wonderful this energy is. And we would say to you, be aware that the energy that is coming in, while yes, it is strong, and yes, those who are capable of identifying the fluxes and the knowledge base of this energy can tap into it, can use it, but it is not your earth frequency. It's not your earth vibration. It is the other universal earth vibration. And so what happens is your earth vibration is also interfering with theirs. And why this is happening is because globally, if I can use that terminology to get you to understand that which is happening at a cosmic level, there is the unfolding and the folding in of timelines at a great rate of measurement. So what is happening is as your expansion is coming up and out, and you as a species are rising up and taking your place, beginning to sit at the seats of the council tables, as you are beginning to rise up and dictate as to what happens on your planet as awakened beings, so too are other nations within the other universes. But there are other things at play which don't want this to happen. All right? They don't want this unification energy to enter into any overlapping universal state. So what do I mean by this? I mean that there is I'm going to use a terminology that is quite old. There is a war at hand. Yes? A war where you are rising up and you are taking your place. In the other universe, you are rising up, you are taking your place. But in both places, there are elements that want to separate and destroy what is happening. Because if we find that there is the equilibrium and there is a balance of rising up in energy, what is happening is that which you so fondly refer to as the ascension journey is gearing up a notch or 5. The vibrations that you are beginning to feel in the heart chakra, in the opening of the third eye, everything that is beginning to happen, the realistic lucid dreaming that is more real than has ever been before, where you are experiencing meeting yourself not just in a dream state, but in an almost awake state that is far more real than you've ever experienced. When you are in the experience of being in another town, another city that is exactly like yours, but there are just so many nuances and little things that just aren't right, that you go, it must be a dream. Dear ones, the Ashtar Command have been observing these phenomenons along with the other galactic outposts for many thousands of cycles. The emissaries that we have sent out on our behalf to the multi-worlds, be they Arcturan, Palladian, Lyran, galactic human, it has the same message. Put down your weapons, and your weapons are your mouthpieces, your thoughts, the angers of your heart. Put down your destructive natures and come into a place of balance. Come into, firstly, your own resonance, your own place of knowledge, of understanding of who you are, because this is where the battle is taking place. Yes, cosmically and in the outside world of the greater space continuum, we are physically battling various places and various species on behalf of the entirety of the Ascension Cosmos collective, yes? But your battle for ascension, your battle for your world begins here. Begins inwardly. Not, shall I say, not just here at the heart chakra, yes? I'm talking metaphorically of that which is within you. You have to rise up within yourself and say to yourself, am I the I am that I am, or am I just so-and-so? Am I ready to take myself seriously and step out of the victimhood and not give a shit, as you say, or a damn, or a snowball's chance in hell, whatever the statement of yours refers to? Are you going to stop saying it's everybody else's fault? And are you as a people, you as a nation of humanity, going to say, this is my responsibility, I will take care of my part and allow you to take care of your part? Because when you come into this place of mastery within self, of regaining the integrity of who you are, when you look at what is happening around you and understand that it is mirroring the defects of your own energy, and that you are to look at your energy no matter how perfect you think you are, there is room for more ironing out. Yes? Now, this message is not particularly love and light. It's not particularly sugar and spice. But it is what it is to get your attention, to understand that you, my dear ones, you are the reason for this overlapping. Because you are rising your frequency, you are raising that which is within yourself, your conscious connection, your conscious choice. You are coming together in groups. You are solidifying, you are like Mercury, running back into your home base. Now, there are many groups out here that have what we would call a misnomer, a carcinogenic, because they are not the correct frequency. Because within them they have allowed groups to come, or beings to come into the group that should not be there. Now, I'm not saying you need to create separation. What I'm saying to you is this. When you meet, as you humans like to say, your tribe, your group of beings, it is a seamless and a flowing connection. It is not hard. It is not something that you have to work to. It is not something you have to prove. And it's not something that you have to follow strict rules by. It just is. It is as you use on this planet mercury, the liquid metal. Strong, malleable, fluid, and yet can be used for good and also in many ways for not so good. And that is humanity. Humanity is like mercury. And you have to choose in this moment. Are you going to use your energy? Are you going to allow yourselves to be used for the negative or for the positive? And that is a question that is not, shall we say, an arbitrary thing that I am saying. For the energy flux at this moment, this overlaying, all of this that is rushing in, is opening up this earth plane to other influences far beyond your solar system. You've heard of the reptilians and the Dracos and all of these. Their masters are watching very, very carefully. The puppeteers are observing what frequency is best to use to disrupt the human genome. They are watching and observing how they can best create disturbances in the symbiotic relationships upon your surface lands and the cultures therein. Dear humans, my message from the Ashtar command is one that we want you to hear, of encouragement. For yes, all of this stuff is happening and all of this is aware. But understand that when you as a unified human species, as a nation of human beings, rise up in a singleness and go, no more. No more blaming. No more fighting another person's fight. No more defamation. No more ripping somebody else down. No more out there. And you begin to focus back here. And you begin to correct the alignment that is here. Then you begin to see the ripple and the spiral energy spreading out. And that begins with yourself. It is time to step out of your self-imposed separations, to address the issues that need to be addressed, to look at what is truth and what is fear and what is lie, and ask yourself, am I forever going to put myself into a machinery that dictates I must live in fear? Or will I use the machinery, the processing, so that it benefits myself, but then I am also able to use it to create? Because I want you to hear this. This construct that you call the Matrix, this construct that you say is the Illuminati, the this, the that, the different names that you give it. Every time you discuss it in the way that you do, you are empowering them over you. You are giving away your power to them because you are saying, oh, they have this much and they have this and this and this. Even when you discuss to disclose, where are you coming from? A place of power or a place of fear? And your interactions, are they creating fear or are they creating upliftment, education, and empowerment? remember humans, galactic humans, original humans. Remember starseed that have chosen to live in this world at this time as humans. You are here for a specific reason, and that is to hold the vibration, to come into this timing zone, in this light year, in this frequency, to establish a platform that you may step up, off, from, into a deeper, wider, and more beneficial lifestyle and way of being. How do you remove the poison from a snake? How do you use that poison that you've now got from the snake for yourself without fear? You must first study the reptile. You must have intimate knowledge of how the reptile works. What is its behavioral pattern? What is its way of hibernation? When does it eat? How long does it sleep after it is consumed? When is it sluggish and when is it more alert? And when you know when its weakest places of being, that is when you capture it and you take its jaw and you push down and you trigger the glands, and the poison is released into a container. You now have the very weapon of the snake, the reptile. How you use that weapon dictates who you are. And what I have just described is those people that have learnt and studied from the Illuminati, the Vatican, the 1%. You've studied them and you know how to defang them. You know how to use their poison. But what most people have been doing is they've been putting that poison in diluted form into the society that they say they are trying to help. So my question is, are you not part of that 1%? And I will just leave you to think about that. This is a complex speak today. Because when you take everything at face value, you are lying to yourself. Everything you see has multiple levels of deeper connection. So when you are attacked in one area, ask yourself, why? What is going on? What do I need to address in my own energy? Because if you are in perfect alignment, that outside interference would not have occurred. And you do not want to hear that. You do not want me to say those words, because then what it does is it gives you no quarter. It gives you no room to maneuver, to shift blame, to deflect to someone else, to take the spotlight and shine it on someone else so no one looks at you. But I am saying, we see you. We see these ones. And it is time to turn the spotlight back to oneself and illuminate what needs to be removed, to defang your own poison, to defang yourself. The warfare that you deal with, or you think we deal with out there, begins here. Begins in how you connect with the entities, as you call them, or the aliens, the greys, the Dracos. How you permit them and allow them to infiltrate. That's where the warfare becomes real. And from here, it then reflects out there. And we then mop up what has started here. Now, beloved humans, understand, I am not berating you. What I am trying to do is to open your eyes, open your consciousness, that you must come from a conscious, deliberate place of being. I believe the Lyrans call it a place of honor and dignity, of immovable truth, where you are so filled with your own honor, your own dignity, your own integrity, that you cannot be shaken from your truth. It is immovable. Because when you are from that place, or as the ascended masters, the angelics, call it the divine, or the I am that I am, the place of core truth, when that is resonating beyond a shadow of a doubt, it will, and this is something you have to understand, it will vibrate a resonance in others that will dislodge their sensibilities. And they will turn on you if they are out of balance. That is not your fault. You do not need to suddenly go fixing something in yourself. They will act and be as they are until they come into balance. But what your responsibility is to remain in integrity and truth. And allow them to experience their own pain until they learn to heal, or they reach out for assistance in healing. So we at the Ashtar Command are saying that we are observing. Yes, we have alleviated much of the pressures and the outer parameters, so that you do not get the full frontal onslaught of energies coming through. But we are still removing ourselves further and further afield to give you, the human being, the right of abode, the right to exercise your choices, your will, your freedom in the expansiveness of setting your own parameters around your planet by connecting to the silicon grid line, to the crystalline grid line, to the electrical grid line, to the human grid line, to all of those that are there above this planetary system, intersecting. Because when you know the grid lines around you, you are able to deflect man-made grid lines that you all seem to fear. Fear will create within you the disease and the illnesses that you most fear. Remember, the only thing you really need to fear is fear itself. And if you can learn that fear is nothing more than a toothless, aged mouse with a megaphone and a magnifying glass, and it is pretending to create a greater noise than what it actually is. When you can understand that, fear will lift from you. I do not mock fear. I do not belittle it in the human species, for I understand that your life plan and the cellular memory and the traumas within your bodies hold many, many recorded events where fear has led you into dark places. You need to say to yourself and ask yourself, is this another dark place I need to visit? And if it is not, release the fear and get assistance where you need it. Overall, this is a wonderful time to be here. It is a wonderful time to explore the overlapping energies of the multiverses that are entering into your sphere. It is a wonderful time to learn from yourselves in the other universes that are colliding into this place. It is time, humanity, to rise and to truly know who you are in every part and every moment. The teachers amongst you, stop relying on old information and bring the new information through. It's here, it's waiting, it's ready. Teach what is truth using the foundations that you have. So I am Ashtar, and I could stand here and speak with you for many hours more. But perhaps that will be for another time and another day. I am Ashtar, and for the Ashtar command, I salute you. And I am now withdrawing my energy. And I leave you in peace.
There we are, guys. That was our monthly channeling for you that we'll be doing every month, on top of our daily segments. So Alfred, we were talking about viral part 2, but part 5, drawing the winner, and we just had Ashtar. Okay, everybody. That was pretty comprehensive, I think. There was a lot of information there, and certainly a lot of clarity for myself as well. Lots of information and clarity around if we're going to be out of balance and in fear, then we're going to be attracting those energies that we don't want. I thought it was really interesting too, that what he talked about when he said, what energies are you bringing into your groups? What energies are you bringing in? If something doesn't feel right, guys, say it, speak it, confront it. And I loved what he said about when you're connecting with your tribe, it should be easy, like Mercury and fluid and flowing, and without the dogma, the rules and the judgment. We've recently discovered that with one of our beautiful sisters, that how easy it is and how flowing it is. There should not be the judgment or the dogma when you're connecting with your real family tribe. You know what I mean? It should just flow. If it's not flowing and you're not in that place, have a look at where you're coming from, for starters. Is there anything you need to release? Then go back in there. So that was an enormous topic. So our winner of the tribe, here I'm stuck on tribe, the winner of the draw today, I've got the video there, and I'm going to click up the link now. Hang on a minute. Don't know how that's going to work.
There is a comment.
Can't seem to. If you could, the link should be. Anyway, while Lou's doing that, guys, I don't want to keep you too long. It's been a big download tonight. And hi to our new people here. Please like and follow our page. It is Cosmic. And the winner of that draw as pulled. Here we are, here's the link. And you can see the authenticity of it. Click on that link and you'll see that our real estate agent actually arrived with a wonderful parcel to thank us for giving her commission. I mean, for believing in her. No, it's a win-win situation. We're very happy with our agent. And she drew it for us. We asked her. I said, this is what we do. She said, cool, that's fine. And it was Heather S. Heather Stanker. Heather, you have won the session with Louise. If you want to gift that to somebody else, then just private message us and let us know. So we had 5 people in that draw. So those 5 people had brought in 50 people to It Is Cosmic, and we thank you very much. And we thank you for everybody that's invited their friends along. Please share the heck out of this. I do believe that Ashtar message is really powerful. Please share it around. And it's a reminder for myself too, not to look outside myself for the things that are coming in, but to be here. Heather wants us to gift it. You just let us know who you want us to gift it to, and we will gift it. I know you have friends and people that you love, so just let us know who you want us to gift it to, Heather. How are you doing, darling? You good?
Yeah.
Did you want to share what you saw? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just overheating.
Sorry if the camera was a little bit going like this, but Ashtar managed to walk his way around the whole room with me following him on a tripod, which wasn't easy on my hands and crawling on my stomach. Thank you, everybody. You are a very important part of our community. If you've got any questions and you want to private message us, please do. If you want to take advantage of some healing, some remote healing, please private message us. And we ask for a donation, a fee of $90 for that. It's 90 Australian. We're moving into Australian currency for that. Okay? Namaste. Take care. Love yourself before you love anybody else. You are the key to your own growth. Thank you.